Devdas, you raised it, I did. But Devdas, the fantastic medley performances of all your dance numbers and the one which you can, which you can't forget, you and Aishwarya. What was that? The
Dolare.
Dolare. Did you pin a lot of hopes on Devdas? Tell us about the making of that one particular film, because it was at a different phase in your career.
Yes, it was after my marriage.
Yeah, you weren't in any rat race.
No, it was after my marriage.
You were doing what you enjoy.
Yes.
Dance in a large part of it.
Absolutely. And I think when we began the movie, I was not married. When we started talking about the movie,
Really?
I was not married at that time. And I went to the US and I got married and I came back. And I didn't want to kind of keep anybody in the dark. So I had called Sanjay Leela Bhansali. I called him home and I said, look here, this is what has happened. I'm married. But you think about it. If you still want me as Chandramukhi, I would love to do a movie with you. But if you think that marriage has changed something, changed the equation, and you don't want it, then, you just tell me, let me know, and no hard feelings.
Why would it change it?
Well, because, people have this thing, about married women and all that. But he thought for it for a few days and he came and said, I cannot imagine anybody else as Chandramukhi.
Absolutely.
And so we started shooting for the movie. And also because I had not actually declared it in the press at that point that I'm married. And then we just...
So you got married and it was not known?
No.
For how long?
Well, it was just a thing that was with me, because every time I used to go to the US to visit my family, the press used to get me married to someone or the other, XYZ. Every year it happened. And I'm like, one day I'm going to get married and nobody's going to know.
No, tell me about this. This is where now you can talk about it. But so where did you get married? In the US?
Yes, I did.
Your parents and everybody was there?
Yeah, everyone was
full
there. Very,
very
close, very close family were there. Some 40-45 people. And we did a very Indian kind of a marriage, very Maharashtrian Indian marriage.
And you told Dr. Nene that we are going to keep it secret?
Yes.
How did he react? I mean, any normal man would...
Well, he understands. See, he's grown up in LA. He's seen all these stars. He's worked in UCLA, in the hospital there. He's handled a lot of stars and their families and all that.
Doctors in the hospital don't keep their marriages secret. I mean, I must say you're very understanding.
No. What I'm saying is he knows what the star's life is like. Because he has treated a lot of these people, and he sees how the privacy is totally destroyed sometimes. How everything is public. Everything.
How did you keep it secret?
So he respected my feelings about that, and I said,
how long did you keep it secret?
Well, we got married in October. I came back here, and maybe in 20-30 days we declared it.
Okay.
I think November 4th or 5th or something. It hit the papers.
So not that long.
Yeah, not that long. But for a while it was. Like nobody knew I was going to get married or...
Has he ever been on a set when you've been, you're acting or performing?
Yes, during Acha Nachle he came a few times on the sets. During Devdas he had come a few times on the sets. And so he's very supportive. He's a guy who's very encouraging. Yeah. He will always say, you do what you want to. One day if you decide you don't want to work, you just want to sit at home, that's fine by me. If you still want to work, then I will always support you, and he goes out of his way to make sure that he makes me feel comfortable that I'm not doing something that's...
No, absolutely. Yeah. Now, because we're running short of time and I have a lot of questions for you, and but tell me, Madhuri, would Dolare be your most favorite dance performance? Because you're known even more for your dancing. Than anything else?
Well, Dolare was
it
was a very lively number, Dolare, and there was a lot of choreography in that. So it was like the camera's moving all the time. It's me and Ash, we are doing all these movements, we're sitting down, standing up, the camera's moving, we are moving. So in that sense, it was very energetic and very beautiful number. And of course, it's a very popular number.
But can I get you to compare a few of your, the most famous moves you've made?
Even Mardala is very close to my heart, because Mardala is again in a very different genre. It had pathos, and yet she's smiling and she's dancing for someone, and so there were a lot of mixed emotions in that song, and so even that was a little difficult song to do.
Which would you consider your most famous move? Ek Do Teen from Tezab, Dhak Dhak from Beta, I think. Yeah, have I got my movies right?
Yeah.
Choli Ke Piche, very controversial. Women's groups were totally against you for that one.
Yeah.
But again, very famous.
The thing was that...
Piya Ghar Aaya.
Yeah. Huh?
Piya
Piya
Ghar
Ghar
Aaya.
Aaya, yeah. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say which one because people still remember all these songs. They remember all the movements from the songs, and so it's hard to say which one is better and which one is my favorite because I just love to dance.
Which one has been the most, say, easy for you, and which one has required the most training?
Well, because I have such a good rapport with Saroji, all the songs I did with her were a breeze because we kind of get along very well on a very spiritual level. When she shows me, I just know what it is. I can tell you the only song I was really frightened to do was the one which I did with Prabhu Deva. Ke Sera Sera from
Ke Sera.
Yeah.
Why? Because it was Prabhu
I
Deva?
was scared to dance, exactly. So for the first time I realized when people used to tell me that, oh God, we have to dance with you, all my heroes used to say, you teach me how to do this and all. So for the first time I kind of felt what they might be feeling because I was petrified to dance with him because he's such a good dancer and his style is totally different. So when they decided to take him as a choreographer, I kind of talked to him and I said, listen, I cannot do all those moves that you do, all those little... His body is like as if it doesn't have bones.
His body is completely fluid.
Exactly.
Fluid.
He said, no, don't worry. Very easy steps, very easy steps. And then he put all these difficult steps. But he's such a sweet person.
But did he train you also?
He's wonderful. We rehearsed, some bits we rehearsed. But otherwise it was all on the sets. And he says, no, take your time. Because very good movement, madam. You have to do this.
Very encouraging.
And then very encouraging, very gently, he just pushed me to do all these movements. And the song turned out so beautiful. It was fun dancing with him because he himself is such a good dancer.
Absolutely. Well, let me say, Madhuri, you come across so normally. I'm meeting you for the first time. But yes, you come across very normally. You're very non-starry, at least in the way you are. But this industry has changed since you were here and now. Yeah. Hasn't it? I mean, it's changed a lot.
It's changed a lot, and I think it's changed for the better. Everything is very professional. The scripts are bound, ready. Everything is organized because people cannot afford to take time and, unnecessarily kind of waste money. Or I think even the flow of the money, the way it comes and the way it's being shot, because corporate people have come in and, they have kind of with them brought a sense of discipline, which everybody has to follow. And that's been a wonderful thing for our industry. I think it's wonderful.
And what do you see yourself doing now in the next 3 or 4 years? How many films will you do, Madhuri?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not as if I don't want to do movies or anything, but something that I can do, keeping in mind my family and everything, But I will definitely do movies.
Well, Madhuri, all the very best.
Thank you.
In all that you do from here.
Thank you.
May there be many great performances, many great dance numbers, and may you have a wonderful family life as well. It's lovely to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on Frankly Speaking.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.